In this video, I would like to share with you about one more set of presidents where the last name is the same, but it is obviously not the same person because a lot of time elapsed between the two of them. However, in the other video, I left out this set, so maybe you caught my mistake, and kudos to you if you did. So I'm going to run through the other ones that we went through before, just in case you need a refresher. So we see Adams and Adams. This is John Adams and his son, John Quincy Adams. So that's the first set. And then the next set we see here is Harrison. This was William Henry Harrison, and actually the only grandfather-grandson set. So William Henry Harrison and his grandson, Benjamin Harrison. So that's another one. And two others that we talked about before. One was Roosevelt. So this is Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy for short, and FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Remember, he's been the only person who has served beyond 8 years. He served 12 years. He actually was elected to 4 terms, but he passed away shortly after he started in his fourth term. So how these two were related was they were Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, was actually an uncle to FDR's wife. So FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's wife, her name was Eleanor Roosevelt, and Teddy Roosevelt was an uncle to her. Whereas FDR came from, I think, way far back. They were related, but not, they were not closely related in terms of Teddy and FDR. Instead, Teddy was related to FDR's wife, Eleanor. And the other set we talked about before was Bush and Bush. So George Bush Sr., sometimes you hear it, or George H.W. Bush, or George H. Bush, Herbert Walker were his middle names, and then George W. Bush. So a father and son. So the one that I forgot, do you know it? Was Johnson. So we have a Johnson here, and we have a Johnson here. So this one, the most recent one, was Lyndon B. Johnson, and this Johnson was Andrew Johnson. Now, I have not done extensive research on this. I think that they were related in through many, many generations. You can research that for yourself and verify that. I'm not positive of that. I read it, but it was not in a super reliable source. And then I tried to research it more in other sources I found to be more reliable, and I didn't find it. So I didn't spend a lot of time on it, so I'll leave that to you. Perhaps they were related in, obviously a lot of time elapsed between the two. However, what I do find to be really interesting is that both of these Johnsons, they had actually been the vice president. So we know that in the case of Lincoln, Lincoln was assassinated. Well, Johnson was his vice president, so then he moved into the role as president after Lincoln was assassinated. What's interesting is that that same thing happened in the case of Lyndon B. Johnson. So he had been serving as vice president under Kennedy. When JFK, John F. Kennedy, was assassinated, then Lyndon B. Johnson, his vice president, took over as president. So that's something else that is interesting when it comes to the different presidents. All right, well, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for your time. I encourage you, if you haven't already, check out the other videos to learn the Super Simple President song. Check out the downloadable PDF for a small fee. You can get these visuals and study guides and quizzes that go along with them. And eventually, it might be a couple weeks now, I just learned today, the song, the Super Simple President song, both with and without vocals, will be available wherever songs are downloaded. So thank you so much for your time, and take care. Bye-bye.